one catch me off guard. Good morning, 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 good morning. To me, I find I see the theme. Or I miss it. So that's why you catch me off guard. But anyway, Wago, all you bless up your whole fantastic, beautiful, handsome selves. Wago, how was your weekend? Trust it was a restful and peaceful one. And whatever you set out to accomplish over the weekend, you did just that. I trust it was a good one. It was an enjoyable one. And that you did what you love. You did what makes you happy. Hopefully, I hope and pray it was as fantastic as my weekend was. Weekend was good and I spent some time with some friends and stuff. It was a good weekend and I hope everybody had a good weekend as well and it wasn't filled with too much things to make us stressed or depressed or angry. And we did, like I said, what makes us happy. Bless up your whole selves. Good morning, good morning. It is Monday, August 16th, 2021. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcaster Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcaster Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. Good morning to all the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and all the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages. Viewers and listeners across the Caribbean, a spicy Grenadian 473 morning to each and every one of you. To the residents in Haiti, Haitians near and abroad, my heartfelt emotions go out to you. My sympathies go out to you. It is another tough time in Haiti, and in addition to the earthquake over the weekend, they're preparing to face, she's now a tropical depression. Tropical depression Grace is approaching Haiti and she's expected to bring floodwaters and landslides with the amount of water that the system has. So let's continue to keep our brothers and sisters in Haiti in our thoughts and prayers as they go through another challenging time dealing with Mother Nature. So far the calculations are almost about 1,300 that have died following the earthquake over the weekend, and they're continuing rescue efforts and in some cases recovery efforts, so that death toll is expected to rise. Let's continue to keep our Haitian brothers and sisters in our thoughts near and far. We probably know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody in Haiti. Whatever it is, let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers and see how we can help them get through these challenging times. Our international viewers and listeners, it's time for me to hail you up. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. It's now 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's see what this morning's word of the day is. This morning's word of the day is scuttlebutt. It's a noun which is an informal noun that refers to rumor or gossip. Scuttlebutt. Oh, Lord. Okay. When office workers catch up on the latest scuttlebutt around the water cooler, they are continuing a long-standing tradition that probably also occurred on the sailing ships of yore. Back in the early 1800s, the cask containing a ship's daily supply of fresh water was called a scuttlebutt. That name was later applied to a drinking fountain on a ship or at a naval installation. In time, the term for the water source was also applied to the gossip and rumors generated around it, and the latest chatter has also been called scuttlebutt ever since. Word of the day this morning, scuttlebutt, spelled S-C-U-T-T-L-E-B-U-T-T. It's one word, and it is an informal noun that refers to rumor or gossip. An example of the use of the word: after he retired, Bob regularly stopped by the office to catch up on the latest scuttlebutt. Another example of the use of the word: there's always a bit of scuttlebutt when a talented chef leaves a popular restaurant to pursue another opportunity. Word of the day this morning, scuttlebutt, S-C-U-T-T-L-E-B-U-T-T. It is an informal noun which refers to rumor or gossip. Scuttlebutt. So when all making all a little, aka hypocrite, not hypocrite, and a hypocrite. When we making a little hypocrite, are we making me like a shoo-shoo? Scuttlebutt. That's what it is. Word of the day this morning. Don't lie, some of us does engage in scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutting? I'll go with it. Scuttlebutting. Yeah, man. Every now and then we dabble a little bit in a little gossip and the rumors and the hypocrite. Don't lie. I know. We're Grenadians. We're Caribbean people. That's what we do best. Let's go. All right, let's see. As we go about our marvelous Monday, let's see what the thought for today is to get us through the next 24 hours at least. The thought for today is never let a single soul make you feel like you aren't good enough. You are beautiful just the way you are. Never let a single soul make you feel you aren't good enough. You are beautiful just the way you are. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but betcha you're somebody's glass of water or somebody's glass of juice. And that's how it is in the world. Not everybody gonna like you. So don't change your way to please somebody else. Change if you want to change. If you feel like there's something that you need to change, do that. But other than that, if you don't see nothing wrong, accept yourself. Live life. You're beautiful just so you are. Don't make nobody make you feel like you're not. Don't make nobody feel like you're scraps up. You ain't scraps up. You're on top of things. You are who you are, and that's that. If they don't like you, find themselves somewhere else. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're not up to par, because you are. Alright, set up yourself. It's a marvelous Monday. Be magnificent. Be magnificently you. Oh, gosh, I come true today. Be magnificently you. The thought for today: never let a single soul make you feel like you aren't good enough. You are beautiful just the way you are. Thought for today: remember that. People that's trying to make you turn down who you are, joke. Blossom is blossom. You don't like blossom? Find yourself somewhere else. Alright, let me go. We're going to skip what's celebrated today because it wasn't really sitting well on my chest, considering they say we are a drunken nation. So we're just going to bypass what's celebrated today and go straight into the information, because I really want to send big ups and kudos and well wishes and good luck and 473 power to the two women who will be representing Grenada at the 2021 Paralympic Games. We have two magnificent ladies representing Grenada, Nye Cruikshank in swimming and Aishana Charles in athletics / javelin. They will be representing Grenada at the Paralympic Games scheduled for Japan as well, scheduled to begin the 24th, if my memory serves me correctly, and runs into the first week of September. Nye, of course, will be competing in the swimming, and Aishana will be in the javelin. So I just wanted to hail them up and big them up. We're finished with the Olympic Games, and now we turn our attention to the Paralympic Games. Both ladies have done very well representing Grenada at previous para-international activities or events and competitions, and we send them once again well wishes, good luck vibes, positive vibrations, representing Grenada at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Japan from August 24th to September 5th. That's what my memory is telling me, so we're gonna go with it. So good luck to both ladies, and again, ladies, that's right, women power all the way. Good luck to both women as they represent Grenada at the Paralympic Games. We will continue to support you and look on as you fly 473 flag. Oh, hi, that's right. Good luck to them, Nye and Aishana. Positive vibrations always. All right, it is now time for us to get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms, Week in Review. Good morning, Grenada, on a magnificent, marvelous Monday. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, reviews, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Last week was filled with a lot of drama on the social front. Carnival was cancelled, but some persons were not having it. Tonight, we bring our review in St. Andrew, where the ultimate destination for the Black Jab was the town of Grenville. The police determined that that was not to be, and a standoff ensued. Some hatched a river crossing plan to accomplish the Grenville mission, but eventually, Grenada's first and now dilapidated airport became the common ground for revelers in St. Andrew. Despite the cancellation of Spicemas 2021, throngs of revelers poured out from several villages across the parish and snaked their way onto Paradise, where they were met by a band of waiting policemen. GBN's Sheriff Joseph was on hand Monday morning as the standoff ensued.
The police versus the Jab. Jab bands from Tivoli, Carrier and Hermitage congregated and marched toward Grenville on Monday morning in total defiance against the cancellation of Spicemas and the removal of the Carnival holidays. About halfway on their journey, the grouping got even larger as the Lafayette Jab band linked up with the already massive band in Dunfermline. Minutes later, there was a standoff with the police. However, the final standoff occurred on Paradise Bridge. The Eastern Division of the Royal Grenada Police Force first engaged in a standoff at Dunfermline as they sought to reroute the Jab band to Pulse. They quickly relocated to the Paradise Bridge. Officers attached to the Rapid Response Unit and the Special Services Unit assembled at the Paradise Roundabout and set up a blockade with 4 vehicles in front of the Paradise Bridge.
About to unfold, live and direct. Mr. Prince! It's about to unfold. It's about to unfold, Grenada. It's about to unfold the rest of the world. Right here in Paradise Junction. GBN is here live and direct.
The revelers refused to be tamed by the police and sought to press onwards to Grenville. Having broken the first line of defense, the Jab band, being held at the second line, sought to bypass the blockade by creating a route through the river.
Jab in the river. Only in Grenada, people. Only in Grenada. They block the bridge, we go past in the river.
Eventually, the revelers ended their celebrations at the Pulse airstrip. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
As Jared just mentioned, the revelers had to settle for the pearls instead of Grenville. Trelawny Charles was at the airstrip as the noisy throng descended on the abandoned airport compound.
We are currently at the Pearls Pastia, and it seems as though the standoff which occurred earlier this morning between the Jab Band and the police at the Paradise Bridge was won by the police. The massive band of Jab Jab, which comprised of smaller bands from villages within St. Andrew, was given no other choice. They would not be allowed to enter the town of Grenville. The intended route had to be cut short, and after an unfailing front by the Royal Grenada Police Force, the Jab Jab settled for an early retreat to Pearls, where their numbers continued to increase and the carnival-like celebration persisted. Hundreds of black, oil-covered people gathered at the Pearls Pastia in one definitive statement, that regardless of the cancellation of Carnival 2021, inclusive of the bank holidays, and the pleas of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, the Commissioner of Police, Ministers of Parliament, and countless other figures of authority, there is no stopping the jab. And for them, Carnival Monday will proceed as normal. As Carnival Tuesday approaches, it is still unclear whether a repeat of Monday's defiance will be displayed around the island. Reporting from Pearl St. Andrew, I am Trelawny Charles.
Over in St. David, Monday's pockets of mass were not enough. On Tuesday, scores of black-coated jabs made Latins their social gathering point rather than observing the social distancing regulations. Gerard Joseph was on hand as the masqueraders engaged in their fun and frolic.
The action continues on Carnival Tuesday. Well, what is celebrated as Carnival Tuesday, and as you can see in the background, Latant is hot with jab. Despite the cancellation of Spice Mass 2021, Carnival Tuesday in St. David saw another group of revelers flock to Latant Junction. As was the case in St. Andrew on Monday, police were waiting to intercept the revelers. The pungent smell of oil oil was evident, and the streets glistened from the reflections created by the paints and other substance used by the revelers. There seemed to have been a method to the madness, as those jumping and chanting were limited to one segment of the street, while spectators and onlookers were confined to the other. GBN attempted to engage some of those who decided to participate in the frolic, but they declined. Some persons told GBN that they understood that the police had upped their game this year and have been using video footage as evidence, and as such, they did not want to give any interviews. Others hurled abuses at the GBN, accusing the network of gathering evidence on behalf of the police. A roadblock was also set up just before entering Latant Junction. While Latant seemed to have been the melting pot for St. David, there were smaller pockets of activities in other areas, including Rukane Junction. Just as the saying goes, Sotters have it, Latin Junction has it, St. David's has it, and it is Day 2 Carnival Tuesday. Jab Jab is on the streets.
There was no demon pronouncement this year, but the actions remained the same. In St. Patrick, as residents descended into the main commercial area, topped in black and other Jab Jab uniforms, calls from their Member of Parliament to refrain from violating the Cancellation of Carnival Act fell on deaf ears. Cholana Charles was on hand for the unofficial Juve in the parish on Tuesday morning.
On Monday, we saw a massive jab band on the streets of St. Andrew. And today, on what would normally be Carnival Tuesday, once again, Grenadians have taken to the streets, this time the streets of Sotters, in a massive display of defiance against the cancellation of Carnival 2021. Hundreds of Jab Jab moved through the streets of Sotters in a wave of black. Once again, the jab proved that regardless of the cancellation of the Carnival holiday and restriction of mass gatherings, jab will play.
We in Sotters Council and we are 10,000 strong. We are going strong and we will keep going strong until the pandemic is over. You can't stop the jab. One reveller explained that the presence of jab in the town is not a sign of disobedience or disrespect, but a sign of Grenadians embracing some much-needed freedom.
You must understand that people are designed to be free. We're not domesticated animals, so when it's time to free up, we have to obey every instruction of the leader of Grenada. We respect him, he's our boss. As a leader. And I also believe every decision I take is in the best interest of Grenadians. But you must remember, you must attend to your domestic supporters before you attend to your international supporters.
He made a call for the leaders and decision makers of the country to give consideration to the needs of Grenadians first.
The Jamaican out in the dance yard before you dance abroad. And therefore, it's we who are responsible for electing you in office. And you must attend to our needs, our grievances. The job is not violation against the man, the job is a freedom. As to say we need to enjoy ourselves. Just 2 days, out of 365 days, we obey you. Just 2 days we ask of you to just allow us to be Grenadians. Are you going to kill us enough?
The emergence of Jab Jab has now occurred on both Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Now that Grenadians have reclaimed both days of Mass, it is not yet known if it will be back to normal programming going forward. Reporting from Sotters St. Patrick, I am Cholana Charles.
On a Monday, there was a standoff at Paradise Bridge. By Tuesday, revelers were ordered to stand back as police officers took strategic actions to prevent revelers in St. Patrick from accessing the town of Sotters. Let's go once again to our roving reporter Cholana Charles for this report.
No entry into the upper tongue of Sotters. That was the main restriction given to all Jab Jab on Tuesday morning as they attempted to participate in the usual Carnival Tuesday revelry despite the cancellation of Carnival 2021. Officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force manned barricades at strategic locations within the town to ensure that the back roads would be used by the Jab participants, leaving the main road at the top of the town clear for regular business. Assistant Superintendent in charge of the Western Division, Paul Christopher, said the RGPF is focused on ensuring that there is no defacing of private property or other unruly behavior.
What we are doing is basically to put some sort of regulation in place as to what persons are going to engage into this morning in particular. So this morning we recognize that they coming from High Street side and they are actually coming down, but we are somewhat encouraging them, trying to get the ringleaders and try to avoid the tongue proper. And in my view, they have been cooperating quite nicely. So we had asked them to use the back street and they have been doing that so far.
He said the police have had no issue with rerouting efforts and hope to ensure that there is no significant disturbance enforcement for individuals embarking on their normal business day.
It is a business day, and the most we can avoid them from getting through this business area, it definitely will be important, because other persons want to do what they want to do. Persons want to go to the banks, persons want to go to the store, and they want to conduct their other business. So we are looking for all parties to coexist, and so we are assisting in this regard. And we want everybody, be it the job, be it the business persons, the banks will be open, and we want to encourage that we have to coexist.
According to Assistant Superintendent Christopher, it is their hope that the gathering can be retained to the lower part of Sates.
So in this regard, we will be engaging those persons, ask them to use the back street where they can go down to the bottom end of the town, called Low Town, basically. So where they may not be causing much obstruction, so to speak. But in terms of the business area, we're trying our best to cause them to avoid using this area, and hence the reason why we are here. You are seeing us, we are engaging them, we are having conversations with them and asking them, letting them know of the importance of what is happening.
As the morning proceeded, the revelers continued to cooperate with law enforcement and remained at Lower Sates. Trelona Charles, GBN News.
And now to news of politics. The Jabs chanted his name. "We want Tilly" is what they said. They are referencing former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas. But is he willing to answer the call? Well, we'll find out in this Sherry and Blackman Stephen report.
This was one of the chants by some revelers as they took to the streets to enjoy Carnival Monday and Tuesday, a continuation of prior weeks of village activities with repeated jabs at the nation's leader. The name of former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas was pulled into the chant as a call for his return, and one he says he's willing to accept.
The call that the masqueraders are making today is a call for better governance. And when they compare the NNP with the NDC, they're saying that, look, when Tillman Thomas was Prime Minister, the country was better governed. In essence, that's what they're saying. So it's more a call for the NDC type of governance. A new face in NDC could also demonstrate that type of governance.
Mr. Thomas believes that the Grenadian people are becoming more disenchanted with the present leadership of the country and is looking to a leader that brings calm, opportunities, and hope to the people.
It is really a dissatisfaction with the present administration. The people are expressing their dissatisfaction with the manner in which the country is being governed today. Disrespect for the people, disrespect for our institutions, and they know that under my leadership, they were respected, the institutions were respected, and the country was governed with transparency. So this is a call for better governance. And the name they associate with better governance, it appears to be Tillman Thomas.
Mr. Thomas says while he is willing to work with various organizations, he will only associate himself with the National Democratic Congress. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
They say that coalitions never work in Grenada, but two political camps are in merger mode. Opposition leader Tobias Clement, who broke away from the new National Party, is now joining forces with the National Democratic Congress. They announced the coalition during a joint news briefing on Wednesday morning.
The National Democratic Congress and opposition leader Tobias Clement with his team are presently in dialogue to join forces for the next general election. This comes as executive members of the NDC are exploring strategies towards putting their house in order and strengthening the party. Acting political leader of the NDC, Adrian Thomas, says they have heard the concerns of the people and are now trying to meet their request.
The National Democratic Congress and our honorable opposition leader and his team, the senators, for the last couple of months, we have been engaged in serious dialogue. We held approximately maybe 3 to 4 meetings officially, And before that, we had that exchange on an individual basis, all geared in terms of laying the foundation for some form of unity in terms of going forward. Because just like the National Democratic Congress, just like how we are here in the call, I think the opposition leader and his team, they are also hearing the call and paying attention to it. So it was not difficult for we to come forward and engage in some talks that will help and contribute to the well-being of our nation.
Both the opposition leader and the NDC head indicated that the discussion brought out similar views and ideas on various matters affecting the country. Opposition leader Tobias Clement stated that he is happy with the dialogue so far. When asked if this means that he will be contesting the leadership seat of the NDC party, he had this to say.
Well, I do not know if I would be so presumptuous as to just step into the National Democratic Congress and just rise to the ranks of leadership. But what I say, again, the best fit that will go forward. And I think in our discussions, the question was raised, and I do believe it was said that all levels of the executive would be open up to me and my senators. So that was open there.
Though both parties are still in the discussion stage of the merger, the public will be updated on the final decision when all the pieces are put in place. NDC head Adrian Thomas also indicated that they are presently having dialogues with other party leaders.
The National Democratic Congress, we have embarked on a serious recruitment drive. We have engaged in some serious dialogue with some of the political organizations, political groups, individuals who are interested in lending a hand. They also recognize that the National Democratic Congress have a very important role to play.
The next general election is due in 2023. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
While the NDC and Tobias Clement work through their attempts at collaboration, there's wrangling in another political base. The Grenada United Labour Party was given up for dead, but not so, says two forces who are now at loggerheads over the ownership or leadership of the party. Jared Joseph spoke with the two main actors in the leadership debacle.
The Grenada United Labour Party, GULP, was once ably led by former Prime Minister and father of independence Eric Matthew Gary and was the symbol of strength. However, following the 1979 revolution and 8 successive general elections, GULP has been unable to recover its former glory. Now a leadership conundrum recently surfaced following the announcement by Jeffrey Prudhomme, son of former Deputy Prime Minister Hubert Prudhomme, as political leader of the party. Micah Baptiste, official spokesperson for the Grenada United Labour Party, has decried what he calls the self-appointment of Jeffrey Prudhomme as political leader. Baptiste tells GBN that the party has been inactive for several years, with the last convention in 2006, in which Colin Francis was elected as political leader. He says it was during the recent reorganizing phase to take the party to convention and elect a proper executive that Prudhomme was contacted.
Reached out to him. I invited him to join in the rebuilding process. I said, well, there's room at the top and everyone had to unite and come together. And he agreed and we started talking. And I was rather surprised when I saw the guy show up on TV, self-appointed himself as leader.
The GULP's official spokesperson says the party's constitution dictates a convention and election of an executive.
This guy has been away for 42 years. He's not even a member of the GULP. We had 8 general elections. We had 2 referendums, the death of Sir Eric Gary. He was nowhere wrong. I mean, all of a sudden, he pops up, appoint himself, and he's not even a resident of Grenada.
However, during GBN's To The Point program on June 15th, Mr. Jeffrey Prudhomme said they were already in phase 2 of the rebuilding process.
We did that analysis, and based on the data, we developed operational development, a strategic plan on how we would go about rebuilding the GULP as a dominant party again.
Battis has alluded to possible legal action.
We had the distinguished city attorney, Raymond Anthony. He came forward. He was elected. Herbert Pradam was there creating problems. We had Gloria Payne, Sister Gloria Payne was elected. Again, he was on TV creating, the same Herbert Pradam was creating problems. And he was doing all of this. And here's why he's doing all of this. He named his son Jeffrey, he named his son GOLP. So they feel they have some entitlement. It's an inheritance.
Battis declared that Pradam's self-appointment is null and void, and in the coming months, the GOLP will open its headquarters in St. Andrew as part of the rebuilding process. GBN sought a response from Jeffrey Pradam, who maintained that the former executive appointed him leader of GOLP and has had no dealings with Michael Baptiste. Efforts via the Parliamentary Elections Office to find out whether the political leader of each party is registered garnered the response that the office by law is not authorized to do so. However, they are considering it for the next general elections. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's get tough on breed larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breed larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breed larceny, call 300.
With a Digicel Prime Bundle, get double the dedicated Sports Max data to enjoy the greatest sports event happening now. Live in the Sports Max app. Get a 30-day Digicel Prime Bundle today in the My Digicel app. Digicel, better together.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
Hey folks, you're invited to tune in to Grenada Music to the World program, hosted by Eugene Gittens on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9, Hot FM 98.5, 98.7, GBN TV, and all their social media platforms. The only totally local music program in Grenada, representing all genres of music. So it's Green's Music to the World on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on GBN with the music icon himself, Mr. Eugene Gittens. See you then.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is now 19 minutes on the dot, 19 after 7 o'clock. Thank you so much. Those of you just joining us, happy to have you. Those of you who stuck with us, thanks for your patience. This morning, I am excited to have my virtual guest joining me this morning. Over the past few weeks, we have all been enthralled and encapsulated, big word in the dance, with what has been happening in Tokyo, Japan, as Grenada was represented by 6 athletes at the Olympic Games. And joining me virtually this morning is the lone track and field athlete on the team, Miss Meleni Rodney. Good morning, Meleni.
Good morning, Blossom.
How you do?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad. I am happy this morning that I have you joining me this morning. I just wanted to tell you face to face how much I appreciate it, and I know I speak for a lot of Grenadians, if not all of them. We thank you so very much. We celebrate you. Thank you for flying 473 flag at the Olympics. Always appreciated. You represented well. We'll get into the Olympics conversation in a short.
Thank you.
No problem.
Happy to be here.
Appreciate it. So Mel, before we get to 2021 or 2020 Olympics, let's go right back to the start of your track and field days, your track and field career. Of course, you know we have to big up Convent. They know our bias from long. So take us back to your early days as a track and field athlete. When did you realize that track and field was your thing?
You know, I started running track at the age of like 7, and at that time I was going to Heinze, big up Heinze as well.
Yes, my next former school.
Yeah, there was it started basically at school sports where I just, dominated everything. I did down to bicycle race, and I just dominated everything, and I made my first national team in 2008. And I did very well, actually. I came fourth, it was my first meet, but I was so pleased. And then actually that was in 2006, and Kirani was on that team as well. And then 2008, that's when I made another team, and then I came third in the 1, the 2, the long jump, and I think that's when I realized, you know what, I think I'm gonna continue my career in track. I want my career to be long term, and I think that's when my dad and everybody realized, well, she's something special.
I like that. So you dabbled in most track and field disciplines. How did you wind down, and what was the process that you realized 400 was going to be one of your specialties?
Yes, so at the beginning of my convent days, I actually hated the 400. I did not like those. I'm still not a fan, but they chose me. Actually, my former coach in Grenada, I think he actually begged me to run, like, you know, just try out the 4, I guess because of the way I was built. He told me, just try out the 4, let's see how you do, you know, and I actually did, and I did well. I did pretty well. And I didn't run too much 400 when I was in, too many 400 when I was in Grenada, but the few I did, I ended up doing very well. I started off in Intercall Games, came first, then I went on to Carifta, you know, came third, and then the Youth Olympics, I came third. So at this point, I was like, you know what, let me just stick to this, because I'm doing well in this event.
You say it chose you. What made you feel like it chose you, and you still don't like it?
Yeah, because, you know, originally I wanted to do the 100 and the 200. I actually did a lot of hard work I put in a lot of work into those events, the short sprints. And one day, well, as I said, my coach, he actually forced me to run it, and I just did exceptionally well. And so, you know, the amount of work I put in the 100 and the 200, it was less than what I did in the 4, and I actually did better. The outcome was better in the 4. The results were better in the 4. So that's why I said it chose me. So I just have to stick with it.
And you were able to do so well that you got yourself a scholarship. And I'm phrasing it specifically that way. You got yourself a scholarship to study in UCLA. How did that happen, and the scouting process, and when you decided, you know what, that's where I'm going to continue my career?
Honestly, that's just all God. The way things happened, you know, the outcome, I don't even have words to explain, because I was supposed to go to another school, and, you know, that process was very tough. I ended up going to a junior college at first, so I didn't always start it off at UCLA. I went to a junior college, and so I had different options, you know, Oregon, Kentucky, LSU. And my coach, like, he's a very, very good coach. He's like my dad, my American dad. That's how I call him. And so at the time, he was getting the job at UCLA, and the results, I got really good results while training with him. And so I was like, man, it was a very tough decision, because Oregon, they were on fire at the time. I wanted to go there. They had like triple crown. They won NCs, everything. And so my coach was going to UCLA, and at that time I was graduating at junior college. And I was like, you know what, if I'm doing well with my coach, if I'm comfortable, we have that chemistry, like he's my American dad, why not stick with what I know? Why not stick, you know, with what works? And so I decided to take a visit to UCLA, and then, you know, I like the school a lot, not just for track and field, but it's the #1 public university in the nation in terms of education. So I was like, yeah, I'm going there. So that's what made me chose UCLA, and that's how I ended up there. The process was a process, you know. There was a lot of hiccups along the way, but God pulled me through, and I think that's the school He wants me to go to, and I'm happy I graduated from there.
Exactly. I love that so very much. 2021 wasn't just the year for Olympics for Meleni. You also graduated with a degree in sociology. First of all, why sociology?
You know, because in that type of major, there are so many things that you could do with it. I wanted to become a social worker, but right now I'm going to put that on the back burner, because I'm trying to get into massage school. You know, I have small experience. I used to be at a chiropractor's office, so I have a little bit of experience there. But I want to get into massage therapy, so I'm probably going to be going into massage school. But that sociology degree, I'm going to put this on the back burner until I'm ready to get into the whole social work and all that type of stuff.
So it's something that you fell in love with in terms of being massage therapy. It's something you fell in love with over the past few weeks. What about it you think that attracted you to it? Does your injury as well have a part to play in that?
Yes. So that has a big part. I've been injured for quite some time now, and honestly, I've met some people, a team of people actually, who were in Seattle, and they were able to pull me through and basically tie me together for a short amount of time, and so the results that I've got from just like one treatment, two treatment, it was exceptional, and it changed my entire mood, my entire mentality. And I'm like, you know what? There's so many athletes who are going through what I'm going through. I would like to do that for them. So it doesn't have to be any track athlete. It could be soccer. It could be, it could be basketball, just to help athletes feel better physically and mentally so that they can perform at their highest level. So that's what really attracted me to that type of career.
So let's talk about your injury. When did it first rear its ugly head, and leading up to 2021?
It's funny because I've had that injury since I've been in Grenada, and it's been plaguing me for years. And so, I've been doing my best to get it together, to basically, work with it so I could compete. I've been in pain for such a long time, and I found the right people this year. Thankfully, thank God, I found the right people this year, but I found them a little bit too late, so it wasn't that effective. But that injury has been plaguing me for a very long time. Right now, I'll be working on it, taking some time to rest and get it treated. So next year, I could be ready for next year for Worlds and Commonwealth Games and all that.
Cool. Before we go to the actual race, let's go to the build-up to Olympics. Qualifying for the Olympics, did you set out to reach the qualifying time in that race, in that collegiate race, or were you just running and it just so happened? Was it a plan?
Yeah. Actually, my coach if he tells you you're going to run a time, that's exactly what you're going to do. So we always go based on a plan, right? And so the week before, actually, I did this procedure, stem cells to be more specific, and I wasn't able to compete the week before. Based on my training, he told me at this meet, you're going to run that time, and that's that. Like, if you don't run it, it's because you don't want to run it, And so just based on my preparations, based on my times of practice, he knew that I would have run that time. And so literally, when I got to the meet, the exact time he said I would have run that, I honestly wasn't even shocked or surprised, because I was supposed to run it. So that was what happened building up to Pac-12s.
So in qualifying for the Olympics, what were the emotions that you felt? Were you nervous, excited, or were you like, wow, I really put myself in there, babe?
The Olympics is something that since I've been like 7, since I realized that I'm actually good at track, that's something I've always dreamt of, that's something I've always worked toward. And so for me, I wasn't so much nervous. I was just more anxious to get there, anxious to make the time, anxious to participate and represent Grenada. So that was my emotions. I don't like to be too nervous. I like to channel that type of energy in a positive way and be like, this is it. This is the time. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to represent.
And representing, you took to the track. What were you feeling, as well as was the injury nagging at that time? What was happening lining up for the heats in the 400?
Yeah, so I got to Tokyo and I wasn't feeling 100%. We were at Pan Am training camp, so we got there 2 weeks before. And so I wasn't feeling too well, and I was a bit discouraged. I'm like, I've been working for this such a long time, and this thing is just still plaguing me, And actually, Kirani came, and he probably saw that I was a bit discouraged, and he sat beside me, and he was like, just don't think of it too much. You're going to be fine. Like, because if you think of it, it's going to affect the way you warm up. It's going to affect the way you train, everything. So you'll be fine. Don't think of it too much. And, my spirit was immediately lifted, and I ended up seeing this doctor, the team doctor, and he worked with me. We worked together every day. I saw him every day, if not twice a day. And so I felt confident. I was feeling super confident, and as I said, like more anxious to run. And so as I was warming up, I felt fine. And then when we were about to head on the track, I did an acceleration with my spikes. And so at that moment, the pain started back, and it was unbearable. And at that point, I just, closed my eyes and, I started to pray. And as Kirani said, like, not think about it too much. And so when I went on the track, it was unbelievable. Like, I'm like, yes, I'm going to PR in this race. And so I got on the blocks and, ready to run. And as I got out, I felt okay. And then that back stretch coming down, the pain just started shooting down my leg. And I slowed down because it's like I can't do this. And then I tried to build up again, and it was just too much. It was just too much. So that's what really happened during that race. It's more of a nerve problem I've been suffering with, pinched nerve, and it's been affecting my hamstring as well. So that's what really went down at Tokyo.
I saw your reaction and I saw the disappointment in your face, but I'll be honest with you, I felt a little disappointed, but I felt proud mostly, because it takes a lot of courage and grit and talent and skill to even qualify for the Olympics, much less to take to the tracks. So while I know it's not the result that you would have wanted, I still felt proud to know that a convent girl could make the Olympics. And I this was your first Olympics, and you have many Olympics to come. How did this experience help you mentally, physically prepare for future games? Not just Olympic games, but like you said, you have Worlds in 2022, Commonwealth Games, and so on. How is this going to help you?
I realized at that point in time, I can't be disappointed for the rest of my life. And so when things like that happen, you have to see the good that comes out from it. And, I think nothing in life comes easy for me, nothing. As my mom said, easy come, easy go. And so it builds character. It makes me part of who I am. It's not how you fall, but it's basically how you get back up. And so, there are probably going to be more, many more instances where stuff like that happen, things like that happen, disappointment in life. But I think it made me a stronger person, physically, mentally, Not all the times things is going to go my way, but as I said before, it's not how many times you fall down, but it's how many times you get back up. And so I'm just super grateful that I got the chance to represent my country, see Kirani run, meet different athletes, and just actually be there at the Olympics, wearing my Grenada colors. And I'm just looking forward to going to other meets, Commonwealth, World, and represent my country. So I think that experience really helped me build character and helped me to be emotionally and mentally stronger for what is to come.
So what are you going to be doing from now until your next competitive race? I know you're home right now. What's in the cards, or what are in the cards for Meleni for the next, let's say for the rest of 2021?
Yeah, so as you said, I'm right home, chilling with the family. I was so excited to come home. So after that, I think after spending time with my family, I'll be heading back to LA because that's where I train and get started with rehab, get started with my treatment plan and continue practicing. And as I said, probably get into massage school in the meantime. But yeah, I'm continuing my career in track professionally. I'm working on, getting a contract and whatnot. So I have to be physically and mentally fine to pursue that. So that's what I'll be doing in the meantime.
What are your professional or your career goals? Whether it's 400, is there another distance you'd like to do or another discipline that you'd like to try?
No, ma'am. I'm going to stick with what works with me.
What works with you?
Yes, I'm going to stick with that. But I think for me, it's just to not be a one-hit wonder. I want to be, I want to be long-term. I want to do well not in the next Olympics, but in the LA, the 2028 Olympics. I want to do well in World, longevity. I want to do very well. I want to have a fairly long career in track, not a one-hit wonder. So that's what I'm really, really working toward right now, just getting myself 100% to where I know that, I could break world records to know where, to the point where, I could just do the best I can and be the best in the world.
Speaking of records and being the best in the world, is there a 400-meter athlete, whether it's in the region or internationally, that you look toward for whether it's inspiration or whether it's for role models or so?
Of course, and that is Shawnee Miller.
That's what I was hoping you would say, I'll be honest.
Yes. She is from the Bahamas. That girl is 6'1". Like I actually saw her and I got the chance to speak with her. She actually made my experience at the Olympics even better, because we were living in the same building, and I told her like, hey, I've been following you for quite some time. Even though when we get on the track, there's no following for quite some time. It's rivalry, but you have to give respect where it's due. She's a very great and exceptionally well athlete, and I've been following her for quite some time. She's young, she's super sweet, she's very easy to talk to, and I think what she's doing and what she's accomplished, I really, really admire that, and especially that she's from the Caribbean too. That's just a plus right there. Okay. Correct answer. What's your current personal best, and what is a personal best that you have in mind to achieve in any future competitions? Yeah, so my current personal best is the time I actually qualified to go to the Olympics, which is 51.3. I know for a fact that I haven't even met my fullest potential as yet. I haven't gotten there as yet. But the time that I wanna get at is 48.64, very, very specific. I know that I can, as long as I get this whole leg sorted out and everything like that, but I think one thing athletes struggle with is patience. So I'm always praying for patience, to have patience and just wait on my season. Just wait. Everybody has a season. So just wait for my season to come.
I like that. Everybody has a season. You're speaking big facts this morning, isn't it? Big facts. And something else I wanted to ask you about. During your tenure at UCLA, was it last year before, that you actually got baptized? What was that thought process like? What propelled you to decide, okay, now is the time for Meleni to dedicate her life to God? It brought me to tears. It made me emotional because, one, you're not at home, but you still have the foresight and the mindset that this is the time. What propelled that?
Yeah, I've always been one who has faith. My grandmother, shout out to her. She is a very strong and powerful woman of faith, and I really look up to her. And so, being in the U.S., there's so many. The society, as I should say, it's different. I'll put it as different, very, very different. And at a point in time in my life, I have always had a love for God, but I felt like, it was fading away, and I was kind of needed help, and I didn't ask for it. And so I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. And so I think God really saw my heart, and he sent someone, who invited me to church, and I really liked it, and I wanted to be an example for my sister, for my brother, even my mother, who was baptized last week. That's always been a prayer of mine, and so I'm just so grateful to see God really answer that prayer. So I wanted to be a role model, and not just be a role model, but really prioritize God and have Him at the center. Yes, track, I love track, but at the same time, I don't want to idolize track. God is my idol. I don't want to put anything in front of God. So I just wanted Him to be at the center of my life, and that's when I realized, by surrendering, being fully surrendered, and really focusing on Him, seeking Him with all my heart. When I do that, that's what's gonna make Him the center. Because everything in this life is temporary. Everything that doesn't involve God, it's temporary. So I was focusing on a goal that's going to last forever, you know? So, that's what really propelled me to really fully dedicate my life to Christ.
Big up and bless up your whole talented, intelligent self. Bless up yourself. I enjoyed this conversation this morning. Again, Meleni, thank you so very much for representing Grenada at the Olympics. And I know bigger and better things are going to come from Meleni Rodney on the track, off the track, whatever you set your mind to. Good luck with getting into massage therapy school. I'm going to pray that it happens for you. Thank you so much. Anything you'd like to share? Big up the families. Tell mommy and daddy hi.
Good morning. I think my grandmother is watching, so good morning to you, and good morning to the rest of my family. My dad, you know, that's my best friend. My mom, I think she's watching as well. She's probably in the next room, but just pick up yourself. Y'all latch.
Ooh, I like that. Y'all latch. Enjoy your time at home, Meleni. Thank you very much again, and we look forward to greater things from you. Your next competition, do you know when it will be? Your next event?
I'm not sure. Right now it's just rehab and all of that stuff, okay. So I'm not 100% sure.
Take your time and make sure you're well before you take to the track. We'll wait. Like I said, patience. So we'll wait until Meleni is back to 100. Bless up yourself, Mel.
All right. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Grenadian Olympian Meleni Rodney, bless up her whole talented self. It was a miracle, not a miracle, but it was so exceptional to see her representing Grenada in Tokyo. I've been following her career, not just because she's a convent girl, Again, hold on, I'm gonna fix my ring. Not just because she's a convent girl, but knowing the talent that she has, and I've seen her, I've always followed sports, so I've seen her come through the ranks and make it internationally. So I've been following her career, and it's nice to see her representing Grenada internationally, and we wish her all the best in her recovery from her injury, and we look forward to more bigger and better things from Meleni Rodney. Bless up she whole self. All right, so let us take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna join Just School Media for Traffic Camp. Oh, big tune that. All right, let's take a break. It's now 16 and a half minutes on to 8 o'clock. You're tuned into Good Morning Grenada.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
granddaughter.
Sneezes spread diseases, so cover coughs and sneezes, please. Not with a rag or bandana. They trap germs. When you use the...
This computer just won't work with me. So now let's join Just Cool Media for this morning's traffic cam, and he's given us some aerial shots this morning, and I think he started over Springs area. So now you want to start? No? Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's join Just Cool Media and hear what's happening on the outside. Take it away.
Not much traffic on the road this morning. I guess because school is on vacation, so the buses are not as busy at this time of the morning. So those of you joining from the UK, those of you from the US, from Canada, see the smooth flow of traffic going into St. George's, going into the town via the Springs Main Road. Those coming from St. David's, from Woodlands, from Woburn. Welcome, Staten Island. So there's a smooth flow of traffic this morning on the Springs Main Road. Traffic going into St. George's and traffic coming from St. George's going into Woodlands, Woburn or St. David's. Smooth flow of traffic. This is my home village, people. This is my home village. We are going to go higher to see more of the road. So you've seen a smooth flow of traffic this morning. Smooth flow of traffic via the Springs Main Road going into the town of St. George. Traffic congestion on the Springs Main Road this morning. Just want to remind all motorists, remember when you're driving, drive responsibly, because you're driving for other drivers, for yourself, for your passengers, and also for pedestrians. So exercise caution at all times. Now we're seeing some of the greenery on this beautiful island of Grenada. Now we can see all the way down to the southern tip of the... So welcome, this is Just School Media Traffic Cam this morning. We are giving you the traffic right here in the village of Springs. On this wonderful Monday on our beautiful island of Grenada. Your Monday morning traffic cam and aerial view of the Isle of Spice, pure Grenada. And reminding you, at Just School, we also does drone mapping, videos, live streaming and video recording of our services all over Grenada. So you can check Just School. So this has been your Monday morning traffic cam, Just School Media in collaboration with GBN, as we gave you the traffic in the village of Springs. Viewing. You can call me on 473-409-1981 for live.
You're holding the traffic, you're blocking the traffic, you're cutting the traffic, let go the traffic. You're holding the...
Every Monday and Wednesday, 7:45 a.m. right here on Classic and GBN. We give you an idea of what the traffic's like on different parts of the island. And this morning it was good to see some aerial shots of the country. Grenada is so beautiful. Beautiful. Yep, that's right, the Isle of Spice. Thank you so very much to Junior, Just School Media and GBN, a collaborative effort on our part. So thank you, Junior. All right, now it's time for us to sign off and head on out and sign out, however you want to put it, for the televised portion of Good Morning Grenada. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I want to say thank you once again to Meleni, Rodney for being our guest this morning. That was very much an enlightening conversation. Smart people that come at our convent, don't get tired with us in the dance. I tell all their bias. I don't shame with my bias. I ain't shame at all. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of it. Oh, vung the computer outside. Go vung it. Okay. Let's stress me out one more time. Miss Campbell meeting it outside when she come. Enjoy the rest of your marvelous Monday, people. Bye.
But Father, your son is chosen.